It is NBA action on EA Sports. I'm Ed Cohen. Great to be joined by Jay Williams. Should be a terrific game here tonight. We're at Chesapeake Energy Arena in downtown OKC. Tonight, it's the Oklahoma City Thunder getting set to match up with the San Antonio Spurs. Our opening tip won by the Thunder as we get started in OKC. Alexander. To Paul. And scores on the step back. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul against White. A drive, but he can't get it to go. Derek White, guarded by CP3. To DeRozan. A drive to the basket, but it somehow stays out.
And physicality is your friend. Don't let these guys get any easy ones down low. Make them look at the refs, wondering where the foul was every time.
DeRozan. To Aldridge. Steven Adams pins it.
Don't stare him down like that afterwards.
Thunder with the basketball. Alexander. To Paul. Ooh, crisp ball. 2 for 3 now here in the first. He has that sixth sense that you just can't teach.
He's like a traffic cop, and he's navigating a myriad of bodies coming his way. And there's a smaller innuendo of the game that nobody talks about. When he makes a great pass, he'll tell the offensive player, shoot it, go up, dunk it. He will direct you and lead you to success.
And slams it down. Big finish for Aldridge.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Alexander to Paul. Ooh, crisp ball. 3 for 4. Good start. When you look at playmakers in the last decade plus, what sets Chris Paul apart?
He always puts you in a position to succeed. He leads because he's vocal, and when he directs and he guides, there is nobody better at the position than CP3.
DeRozan, short jumper, stays out. It's Paul for 2. Not that time.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
DeRozan, defended by Steven Adams. From the outside, no good. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays, no one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. Chance for Chris Paul. Keep on trying. Shot's no good there. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
Bodies bouncing all around on that layup with the offense winning that battle. But if the defense keeps up that kind of pressure, good things are bound to happen.
Cash is in for 2.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there. But let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
Thunder with the basketball. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Whistled for the foul. Chance coming up at the free throw line.
You see this all the time. The defensive players establishing his presence on the court and also checking to see how far the refs are going to let him go.
Danilo Gallinari, couple of free throws on the way. A career 86% from the line. Knocks down the first. Two for 2 on that trip. It's DeRozan controlling the offense. And that one out of bounds off a Spur. Paul into the front court. 10-6 our score. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Adams. Big man, Steven Adams. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Won't go down.
And a lot of times in this league, teams take days off. But if this defense keeps maintaining that style of pace defensively, this is going to be a dogfight.
To Adams. Steven Adams with the slam. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
DeRozan to Aldridge. Oh, had him going there for a second.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
To Paul. Has a look. Shot by Paul won't go. To Aldridge. To DeRozan. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
DeMar DeRozan at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 82%. Free throw good to finish off the three-point play. It's back to a 5-point game. Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Screen coming. Probing the defense. Short jumper misses. To DeRozan. DeMar DeRozan. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
You see, the great playmakers see the shot before it ever happens. They recognized how they were being guarded on the previous set, and then they make the necessary adjustments.
Paul to Adams. Not that time. DeRozan with it. They're down 3. Throws it down.
It's easy to become mesmerized when you watch a player who can create off the dribble. We call that dancing. When you allow a player to dance with that much space, that's Prob City.
Paul into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Here comes the screen. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Here's CP3. Ooh, Chris Paul. Now 4 for 9.
That was a tough shot. The guy was in your pocket. He even contested the shot. Everything was going according to plan until then.
Spurs will take the timeout as they'll discuss matters in what's now a 3-point game.
Visit our team website for more details.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. Trying to cash in. Wide open look, won't go.
He missed that shot on his own. The defense didn't do anything on that play to make him miss.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Takes stock of the floor. Ferguson to Paul. Here comes the screen. Chance for Paul. Deep 2 there, won't go. Has a chance. Off the mark. With defense like that, little margin for error.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
Ferguson, defended by the former Longhorn Aldridge. That's what you like to see off the pick and roll. Nice, easy basket. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Trust me, you want to avoid early foul trouble. Take that one as a warning.
For the Spurs.
Derek White has got 2 shots coming. A career 70% free throw shooter. First try, no good. And he's able to hit the second after missing that first one.
Number 22, Rudy Gay.
The Thunder have the possession. Schroeder to Paul. Ooh, Chris Paul. Now shooting 45%.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
To Rudy Gay. Andre Robertson swats it.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Up by 6. Here comes the screen. Schroeder. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. Shot from in close, no good. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
Another possession they were forced to take a tough shot. This time they got it to go, but they need to do something different to start creating more open look opportunities.
He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Layup goes down. Well done.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Now Paul with the basketball. Leads a bucket. Robertson against Rudy Gay. No, he missed a short one there.
Well, you can't finish with your right hand on the left side of the rim. You actually have to use your opposite hand. Steve Nash is one of the best at this. Different shots at different angles, high up the glass, expecting that there are trees down below with long wingspans that can block your shot.
Shot from the lane won't go. Schroeder with the basketball. 2-point advantage. Paul matched up with Bellinelli. Able to convert inside.
There you go, finally. Shoot your shot.
Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Number 8, Patty Mills.
Patty Mills, guarded by Schroeder.
Number 8,
Down to Gay.
Gallinari. 1 minute left in the first quarter.
Short jumper won't fall. Here's Schroeder with it. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Here comes the screen. Paul. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Fires the 3. Can't get the bounce. Spurs have it. Patty Mills. Down to Gay. Rudy Gay slams it down.
And no emotion, just that ice-cold stare. That's a sign of somebody who's here to compete.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Shot clock turned off as they get a chance to build their lead. Big finish at the rim.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. That's it for the first quarter. Thunder with the lead. One quarter down. Both sides getting a feel for where this game is going.
Both teams are trying to feel each other out, but I like the aggression that both teams established in the first quarter. This is the first quarter league. The way you play in the opening minutes really sets the tone for the rest of the game.
From long range, missed it. And scores, plus the foul. LaMarcus Aldridge cashes in, and now with a chance at a three-point play.
People become so fixated on the hands or the arms or the strengths of the arms. I look at the legs. The strength of his legs help him power through that play. That's how you get and ones.
LaMarcus Aldridge trying to cash in on a three-point play. For his career, 80% at the line. Free throw try, off the mark. Schroeder with the basketball. The lead is 2. To Paul. Short jumper off the mark. Right now, San Antonio's possession. Patty Mills to Cunningham. Down low, Aldridge. LaMarcus Aldridge. 4 out of 7.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Here's Schroeder with it. He'll run the offense. Paul. LaMarcus Aldridge tips it.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
Nice follow-up on the dunk there.
These are missed opportunities. When a guy puts his head down, the help defender closest to the ball, you need to get your hand and scrape inside there. If he has his head down, he can't see you coming from the blind side.
Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
To Schroeder. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. No good. That's great defense.
Shooters shoot, period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Down low, Aldridge. Tough shot and nearly a chance at a three-point play. No foul.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Screen coming. Paul here against LaMarcus Aldridge. It was right there. Spurs in possession. Patty Mills picked up by Schroeder. Down low, Aldridge. Knocked loose. Aldridge against Chris Paul. Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. Down 2. Has a look. Shot won't go. No good. Schroeder to Paul. Baseline drive. The shot won't fall. To Aldridge. Schroeder with the board. To Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul to Schroeder. Screen coming. Shot clock. It's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Trying to cash in. That's rebounded by San Antonio. San Antonio with the basketball. Patty Mills to Aldridge. Has a chance with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket. Now a whistle. And we're going to get a timeout from OKC as they'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game.
Recent food run. We couldn't have done it without your support. If you would like to participate in an upcoming event, you can register at our team website for more details.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor.
Number 12, Steven Adams. Subbing in for the San Antonio Spurs. Number 4, Derek White.
It's Paul for two. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket. To Aldridge. Has a look. Gets a look. Can't hit. Oklahoma City ball. To Schroeder. Sizing up the defense. Adams. Driving right to the basket. From the outside, no good. Offensive board. LaMarcus Aldridge with the block. And now he's going to shoot a few more as he's fouled going up for it.
Aggressive play there, but you can't fault the defender for being up in the shooter. You need to contest shots, each and every one of them.
Steven Adams at the line for 2 shots. 56% for his career. First one, count it.
Substitutions, San Antonio.
Can't connect on the second, and he splits the pair. Mills in possession. Leads one. To Aldridge. Turns and slams it down. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Paul guarded by LaMarcus Aldridge. Nothing going here on that drive. To Schroeder. The Thunder down to 4 on the shot clock. And count the basket.
I don't know if the scouting report has made its way out here yet, but if anything, it says you need to not let him get that close to the rim.
Mills in possession. Leads just a point. Rudy Gay to Patty Mills. Down low, Aldridge. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
Oklahoma City's got it. Chance for Chris Paul. Wide open look, won't go. LaMarcus Aldridge sends it away.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Not going down for him this time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Here's CP3. Knocks it down off the step back.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
Patty Mills against Schroeder. Just not going down. OKC ball to Paul. Probing the defense. Screen coming. Five seconds to shoot. Chance for Paul. Deep two there, won't go. Another shot won't go either. DeRozan with the basketball. His team up by one. To Rudy Gay. Aldridge off the mark. Paul across the timeline. They trail by one. To Schroeder. Paul guarded by Rudy Gay. Trying to cash in. He connects. Had all the time in the world. Too easy.
Man, if we were at Rucker Park right now, everybody will be wilding on the court. Guaranteed.
Spurs will take the timeout as they'll talk things over in a one-point basketball game.
Section 121, and place your bid. Don't miss your chance at some excellent memorabilia.
Some lineup changes now for both clubs.
For San Antonio, number 77, Damari Carroll. Into the game for Oklahoma.
To DeRozan.
Number 2.
Whoa! What a finish!
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Thunder with the basketball. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul. That's off the side of the rim, short. To DeRozan. Nice pace, sets it up, and slams it down.
Well, when you play for each other and not just for yourself, that's when great things happen. You essentially lose yourself in what the team is trying to accomplish. It's called unselfish basketball. And there's nothing more beautiful than rewarding your teammate with a nice pass and letting them finish for 2 or 3 points.
To DeRozan. And the rebound taken down by Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Has a chance. Ball shot off the mark. San Antonio ball. To DeRozan. Here comes the screen. DeRozan. Five to shoot for San Antonio. DeMar DeRozan. With that, he's 5 for 9. Paul with it up top. 5-point game. To Adams. Able to convert inside.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
2 minutes remaining in the second quarter.
To Aldridge. And that's rebounded by the Thunder. Count the basket inside.
That boy's living his best life.
It's DeRozan.
Defense, let's go.
Here comes the screen.
Oh, it's quick work. Give it to him.
To DeRozan.
Screen come on the left.
Lets it fly from long range. And the Thunder with the rebound. To Gilgeous-Alexander. DeMar DeRozan.
Oh, get that out of here.
Message sent, Jay. Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
25, subbing in for Oklahoma City, number 21, Andre Roberson.
It's Paul for 2. No good.
The contest was good, but you being a nuisance was great. Continue to be that gnat that no matter how many times you swing at it, it never goes away.
A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles around and out. To Paul. Here comes the screen. A drive down the lane, but the shot won't go. And the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
Paul into the front court. His guys should be able to get the final shot. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
That misses with 2 seconds to go. So a tie one as we reach the break in a 1-point game. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen.
Thanks, Ed. The Spurs are in a tight battle after 2 quarters. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. Have a look at the leading scorers for the San Antonio Spurs. The Thunder are keeping things exciting in a close matchup.
And even though they don't have the lead, they're doing a great job of moving the ball around. They might find themselves on the winning end of the scoreboard if they can keep it up.
Have a look at the leading scorers for the Oklahoma City Thunder.
Game track. Bench points.
This is a game where the bench guys deserve a bit of the spotlight. The thing is, you need a spotlight big enough for the reserves on both squads. This is a game that's been all about the depth in the depth chart.
Player of the half.
LaMarcus Aldridge tallied a lot of blocks in the first half and really made his presence known on the defensive end. I bet we end up seeing the opposition get even more timid around him.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have off nights. Today has just been one of those nights for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
All right, back to the second half. I'll see you after the game.
A lot of intrigue to come in this second half. A one-point game as we resume play here in the third quarter. DeMar DeRozan with the basketball. To Aldridge. Has a look. Their shot no good by Aldridge.
They've been getting open looks, makeable shots that just can't find their way in, but it makes these next few offensive possessions down the stretch even more important.
To Adams. Had a chance, but it's no good. To Paul. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Free throw up and good. Gives him a 2-point lead. DeRozan with it. He'll run the offense. Nice pass to set things up.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Thunder with the basketball. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Look at the fight for that ball. We'll get a jump. They don't want to lose this possession. Let's see what they can do with the jump. Derek White matched up with Paul. Nothing going here on that drive. White shot, no good.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Paul driving, but he can't connect.
That's superb defense. That's a defense getting there from the weak side early and making the player short on the shot.
The Thunder have the possession. Trying to cash in. Gallinari off the mark.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
DeRozan. Not going down here. Paul into the front court. Our score all even in this third quarter. Now Adams down low. Tough looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense. OKC now with 4 to shoot. That's rebounded by the Spurs. To DeRozan. Nothing going here on that drive. The Spurs with 4 in the shot clock. DeRozan with a shot off the mark.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
The follow won't go either.
Feed the beast, man. Feed the beast.
Off the penetration, almost, but no good. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul to Gilgeous-Alexander. Nothing going here on that drive. The Thunder down to 4 in the shot clock. Off the mark. And scores. Strong take.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Surveys the floor. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
And I love when people are saying, well, he's not an exciting player. I don't need him to be exciting. I need him to be fundamentally sound.
To Aldridge. Slams it down. And boy, that was a lot to navigate.
If you know a guy's a driver, there's no need to apply that much pressure on him if his main objective is to get to the rim. Play off of him, make him think about the jump shot, and also, guys from the weak side on the help side, make sure you play in those gaps and you try to close out as quick as possible when he puts his head down.
Can't connect from in close. Going to launch beyond the arc. That's off the side of the rim, no good. Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Great pass, setting up the basket.
You hear coaches talk all the time about passing the ball on time and on target. As a passer myself, if I can deliver the ball to you in a position where I cannot give you options to think, but just go up and make the play easy, that's a win-win.
To DeRozan. A drive down the lane, but the shot stays out. And the finish. Jay, it counts for two, but that was pretty.
It was gorgeous. I love the way he shows you the ball, then cradles it and lays the ball in as smooth as butter.
Now a whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout as he'll talk things over in what's now a 4-point game. Changes coming from both sides right now. Derek White, guarded by CP3.
For the San Antonio Spurs, number 22, Rudy Gay.
To Rudy Gay. Down low, Aldridge. Shot from the lane won't go. Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. Chance for Chris Paul. Oh, straight down the middle, 4-2. There's a sixth sense there that you just can't teach.
If you're a player on the same team with CP3, you should be taking that point guard out to dinner every single night. There's something to be said about a guard that makes the game way easier for you to be even more of an efficient offensive player.
And that one out of bounds off a Spur. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor.
Stepping in for the Oklahoma City Thunder, number 12, Steven Adams.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. Down low, Adams. Lays it up and in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Patty Mills. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. For 3. Well defended. Tough shot for Patty Mills.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Schroeder. To Paul. It's good. If you don't stand in his way, he's going to make you pay.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
To Patty Mills. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay, picked up by Robertson. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And when plays like that happen with multiple players touching the ball, the basketball gods will 100% reward you.
Paul matched up with Bellinelli. Wide open look, won't go.
I don't know why he rushed that shot. He was wide open. Take your time.
Mills in possession. His club's staring up at an 8-point deficit. To Rudy Gay. Shot clock winding down. Fires the three. Rudy Gay up to the challenge. Hits the three.
Even though the coach initially may not like that shot, now he's clapping because that ball went in.
Here's Paul, controlling the offense.
Double.
Jakob Poeltl rejects it.
Just incredible timing on that swat.
Mills in possession. The deficit now up to 5. Carroll up against Patterson. The screen sets him up for 2.
I wasn't necessarily sure which way that PNR was going, but I guess neither was the defense. That makes 2 of us.
Here's CP3, just off the mark.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Patty Mills picked up by Schroeder. Here comes the screen. 4-3. Shakes free and hits.
Look, that shot was going up regardless of what the defender was trying to do. That's called a heat check.
The Thunder will use a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this 3rd quarter.
Restaurant for a 10% discount on your meal. Huntsville Burgers, where the grill is magic.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Short jumper stays out.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jumper.
Bellinelli matched up with Patrick Patterson. Throws it down. They've come back to take the lead.
It finally looks like things are clicking for them offensively, and sometimes throughout the course of a marathon in the basketball game, you have to be patient for that moment to really pounce. They're doing it.
Schroeder against Patty Mills. From the painted area, won't go down.
And you see so many players quit on a play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay, guarded by Robertson. Cash in. Someone has to get into a zip code.
Ooh, I'm telling you from experience, his teammates will never let that one down.
Paul. To Schroeder. Screen coming. Schroeder. To Paul. Knocks it down from mid-range.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
Spurs have it. Here comes the screen. That's the end of the third quarter. The Spurs have the lead. It's the Spurs with the basketball as we begin the fourth quarter. And you have to figure they like this spot they're in, entering the quarter with the lead on the road.
Yeah, but Ed, I disagree. As a player, I'm not really worried about how big the lead is right now. I'm worried about what kind of energy we're going to enter the fourth quarter with, more importantly.
To Rudy Gay. To Cunningham. Here's a chance from long range. Can't connect. Schroeder. In a flash. Scores at the rim.
Okay, you don't get a 10 for style points, but it worked.
Right now, San Antonio's possession. Down again. Able to convert inside.
You've heard it before. Slow and steady wins the race. This approach might be working out after all.
Schroeder with the basketball. His guys find themselves trailing by a bucket. Nader defended by Cunningham. Schroeder. Ferguson guarded by Cunningham. Down to Adams. Steven Adams with the slam.
And when you get your prescription, you take your medicine and you call it a day.
To Cunningham. Count it.
Well, he finished strong because he was able to initiate the contact. When you initiate the contact first, you bounce off the defender, which balances you at the rim.
Here's Schroeder with it. His group now down 2. Here comes the screen. Schroeder. OKC now with 4 to shoot. Beyond the arc for 3. Off the mark. No good. To Cunningham. Rudy Gay against Nader. Has a chance. Won't go. He has to find better opportunities.
We call some of these players practice players. You know, the guys that make 5 out of 10 shots in practice, but then all of a sudden they're not gamers because then they're making 1 of 10. That's exactly what you want him to do. You want him to take those kind of shots.
Easy path to the rim.
The defender needs to do a better job of forcing a pickup there.
Across midcourt, it's Schroeder. His guys trail now by 4. Screen coming. To Schroeder. Jakob Poeltl with a piece.
You know, sometimes basketball can become a very beautiful thing to watch. During the regular season, things can get difficult. Energy can be low. The passion at times can even be lower because players are tired. They're fatigued. But today, it's all been good. They're putting in an absolute show with killer efficiency and tremendous effort and intensity.
Right down the lane, but the shot won't go. Nothing going here on that drive. Here comes the screen. The rebound belongs to Oklahoma City. Ah, missed it. How'd that not go down? Rudy Gay. That's no good.
And the game is so different. In today's NBA, defenders are longer, quicker, and more athletic than we've ever seen before. So offensively, as a shooter, you either have to be able to create more space off the dribble for your shot or have a much faster release. Ideally, you have both in your arsenal.
Schroeder picked up by Derek White. The Spurs have the board. To Cunningham. Fires the three. Rudy Gay, tough shot there. No good. Schroeder with the basketball. Down 4. Rudy Gay sends it away.
That kid can block out the sun, Ed.
Had a good look there, but it's no good. Spurs in possession. To Rudy Gay. Here comes the screen. Rudy Gay. Off the assist.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Subbing in for San Antonio, number 18, Michael Bellinelli.
Gilgeous-Alexander to Paul. Now Adams down low. And he finishes at the rim.
Look, the most efficient offenses are the ones with the highest number of assists. There are only 5 teams in the league that average 25 assists or more.
To Rudy Gay. Count the basket at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Here's Paul. Brings it up the floor to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here comes the screen. Jakob Poeltl, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Bellinelli, guarded by Terrence Ferguson. He gets it.
Look, there was barely any contact on that last play. I agree with the ref's no call. Let him play.
Now Paul with the basketball. Down 8 to Adams. Not that time. Derek White, guarded by CP3. To Rudy Gay. Nothing going here on that drive. Doesn't get the bounce. End to end on that one. 94 feet for the basket.
I'm sorry, his name is not John Wall or Russell Westbrook. So why is he getting a free pass down the entire length of the floor?
Down to Gay. Knocked loose. Picked up by the Thunder. The jumper's off the mark. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
Strong finish. That's what you need, regardless of contact, focusing on the rim.
Count the basket. 2 more points in the paint.
Because in certain players' mind, it doesn't matter if they're amongst the trees or not. They're always going to be the giant in the paint.
With the rock, it's Chris Paul. To Gilgeous-Alexander. To Paul. From long range. And Chris Paul, veteran move. Well defended, still buries the 3.
I love the pure confidence on that jumper. He takes that 3 despite the defender being right in front of his face. That's borderline disrespectful.
Here comes the screen. To Cunningham. Lets it fly from beyond the arc, and the rebound comes to OKC. Ferguson slams it down. Spurs will take the timeout as they'll talk things over in a 1-point basketball game.
You know, Ed, usually in timeouts, you see coaches give these rah-rah speeches. And what happens is it goes through the player's left ear and out the right. They don't pay attention. I've been a part of those huddles. What I just saw, though, I saw a coach snap a clipboard. No doubt about it, he has his team's attention.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game, number 21, Andre Roberson.
DeRozan picked up by Adams. To Rudy Gay. Gets it in the right corner. Five on the shot clock. DeRozan to Rudy Gay. Has a look. Off the mark. Well contested. The follow won't go either.
Because he had no body control. You have to be able to control your body when you attack the rim at full speed. That's part of your concentration. People assume concentration just on the rim, but your body control is everything. Be able to speed yourself up or slow yourself down.
Oops, he missed the first one. Oh, he missed them both. Paul across the timeline. His guys now down by a point. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To DeRozan. And it's rebounded by Adams. Shot from in close, no good. To DeRozan. Bellinelli against Adams. Five to shoot for San Antonio. Lets it fly from long range. Textbook defense.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Paul, guarded by Bellinelli. To Adams. Not done yet. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Rudy Gay. A drive through the paint, but his shot misses. Paul with it up top. Leads 3. He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Ed, all this talk I heard over the summer, what about CP3's hamstring? Will he be able to get back his first step? Will he still have it? There you go.
Screen coming. Short jumper won't go down.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
To Paul.
You can do it.
Shot no good there by Gallinari.
The most important thing a shooter can do is continue to shoot. The defense is always going to give great effort, but it's more of your psyche that goes into the next shot that will limit you on whether you make the shot or not.
And he's fouled. Good play by the shooter.
You know what? That's an even better play by the defender. I like the foul there. Send a message. Nothing easy.
He's going to have to earn it now. Off the mark on the first free throw. Good recovery. Hits the second free throw. Here comes the intentional foul, but they did have one to give, so no free throws yet. They'll shoot after the next foul.
Ed, what's that old saying? Ruffled feathers do not flock together? Well, actually, I just made that up. But what it means is that play will cause a little havoc. As designed, the team that uses it to galvanize as a unit will have the advantage.
First one goes down. gets both to drop at the line. Now whistle. San Antonio is going to use a timeout. They'll need a quick shot and then likely a quick foul in what is now a two-possession game.
Team shots, including the fan favorite throwback jerseys. Get one for yourself before they're all gone.
DeRozan matched up with Steven Adams. Off the assist. Good victory here for the Thunder as they win this one by 4. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
Jalen Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Thunder took this down to the wire before getting the win. The statistic that seems to stand out in 3D is their assists. So many of their points were made possible by their team chemistry, and it was great to see. What you see here is how the majority of the points were scored for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Spurs
Just couldn't close this one out.
They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win. Check the leading scores for the San Antonio Spurs.
Game track. Field goals.
This was a matchup in which solid shooting was prominently on display. I definitely enjoyed it. Like I'm loving enjoying all of these highlights right now. Great job of effective, efficient scoring from these squads.
Player of the game.
Chris Paul played the role of facilitator today, and no one is more happy than his teammates.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here we go with the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing.